So,
Well, I tell you a story, nothing to do with Amazon, but to do with e-commerce, and it's about UPS and FedEx. So, because I'm very much numbers oriented and I'm always process driven, so when I started handling e-commerce, of course, using UPS or FedEx meant that all the fees that you were paying for postage, so to speak, it was never like USPS where you would prepay. It was always billed. And then, of course, their bills would be pages and pages if you're looking at paper bill. If it's a CSV file, it's hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of lines. So I'm not one of those people who will just pay a bill. If it gets deducted from something, that's after the fact. But especially if I have to write a check, there is no way I'm posting a bill to my payables that I have to write check for without understanding every penny. So I created this extremely complex auditing system. All we would need to do is just download the CSV file, upload to it, and then bang, it would tell you, okay, this was your rate, and this is what you were charged. Well, actually, I take it back. This was your quoted rate. This is what was captured during the label, when the label was issued, and this is what was billed. It was totally different. So within one billing period, which was weekly, and how much we spent was during that week, I don't remember now, but it's as a percentage, I found about $4,000 worth of overcharges. And that represented somewhere around like 12% of the entire bill. And I thought, okay, maybe there is a reason. Audited another one and another one. Guess what? On every single bill, there's this kind of stuff. And then I called the UPS people and I said, you are thieves, nothing but thieves. And of course, they were all offended. I said, look back so many years. This country has gone through several recessions. What happens during those recessions? Companies go down, mostly small businesses, they don't have the cash, and they go down, and they have all these difficulties. As yet, UPS, FedEx, you guys keep reporting profits. Explain that to me. And you are always reporting growth. Explain that to me during recession. How do you pull that off? I said, I will tell you how, because you are so sophisticated and you have enough cash to build these elaborate systems that systematically apply additional charges and that collect that from small businesses who are not capable of auditing. And you know what? Both UPS and FedEx, God forbid you are late 3 days on your payment, their collections department will descend on you like an eagle is about to pull up a little fish, and they say we're gonna all the threats and everything, because they know that this is how they're making their money, and your receivables are the most valuable asset, so they want to collect every penny of it. So I said, this is not going to fly with me, and you're doing this on purpose. And first of all, I said I want a refund for all this. In addition, and by the way, they don't issue refunds either. No refunds. Oh, we don't give refunds. No refunds. I said, if you don't want to give refund, no problem. That's the end of it. But I'm not going to leave it here. I'm going to take this up with the FTC because you're doing this deliberately. So I ended up getting not a refund, but also avoiding all the charges. You know how? They assigned somebody to me to study all the overages. And they said, look, we would rather not charge you these, but avoid them in the first place. And we're going to show you how to avoid. So we're talking about Amazon, and I love Amazon. Amazon changed many lives, but it's the same thing when you're dealing with companies that are all automated. They have these automated charges that somebody somewhere decides and they get applied, and before you know it, Amazon is the best thing. It just gets deducted from your payment and nobody has to worry about it. So I mean, you are so right. You need to look at those and see where the money is going and then put a stop to it, because you can. Those are all discretionary.
Absolutely, absolutely. And I think this is kind of the unsexy part of entrepreneurship, is going through the bills, going through what you're being charged, and asking, is it legitimate? And I think that's a great example. You know, you would assume, oh, UPS is a big company, they have my best interests at heart, or FedEx, or whatever. Not always the case. And the example that you brought up, I think, is far too common. And gosh, it'd be unbelievable to know how many of those things get unchecked. And so I think for people and to listeners of your show who we want to be successful, this is something that I would probably set aside at least 5 hours a month to go through everything and ask questions. What is this? You know, and it may be, do I need the subscription anymore? It may be questions like that. It may also be, hey, this bill seems awfully high. Let me dig into this. And so, no, really good examples there.